Hola chicos, hoy es viernes el 29 de enero de 2021. Hoy tenemos para empezar, por favor, trabaja en tu Quizlet 4.2. For Cultural Friday, I have a little BBC clip about a female bullfighter, which I think is intriguing, and you get to hear some Spanish, so go ahead and click on that. And then today's lesson, I have a few things for you. Your homework's going to be just a quick check to see that you watched this video, so you can be following along what we're reviewing in class. There's no formal assignment for today. So first thing I want us to do is I want us to look at some of these sentences. Now, it's very obvious, I guess, where the problems are because they're underlined in blue, so thanks Google Docs, right? But I want us to think through how would we change these sentences. While I was listening to a lot of my in-person students giving their presentations, I realized there's a disconnect in some of these noun-adjective agreements or subject-verb agreements that we need to talk about. Now, I haven't watched your guys' projects yet. I'm trying to catch up on grading, but I'll do that in a bit. I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and look at the first sentence. Los pantalones es azul. There's actually not only one problem with this sentence, but there's two, okay? So what do you think is the first one? Well, the subject of our sentence is los pantalones, the pants. So it's plural. What does es mean? Oh, now it's telling us. Es means it is. Okay, so we need to say they are. Son. Los pantalones son. This is one of the biggest subject-verb inconsistencies that I've seen in my students. They say plural subject and then es. You gotta change it to son. Los pantalones son, and then we have to make our adjective match our noun that we're describing. Los pantalones azules. It's plural, and it's plural. So now this is a correct sentence. Tengo dos sombreros. ¿La quieres porque es muy bonito? The first sentence is fine. I have two sombreros. La quieres porque es muy bonito. There's actually 3 errors wrong with the second sentence. What is one of them? I'm giving you time to think because I don't want you to just accept it from me. Well, first, I'm trying to use a DOP here, right? A direct object pronoun. But what am I replacing from the first sentence? I'm replacing dos sombreros. Sombreros is plural and masculine. So, I have to have my direct object pronoun be plural and masculine as well. Los quieres. And then, here I'm saying because it is very pretty. But what am I describing? I'm describing los sombreros, right? So I have to say, you want them because they are son muy bonitos. So again, I'm matching my adjective to the nouns it's describing, and I'm matching my subject to my verb, they are, because I'm talking about the sombreros. Now my subject of the first phrase is you, right? You want them. So this is my first phrase. But then the porque, because this kind of makes it a second phrase. You want them, subject, you, verb, want, direct object, them, new phrase, subject, they, verb, are, and adjective, pretty. What about this next one? Quiero vender mi camiseta rojo. There's only one problem that I see with this sentence, and it would be that rojo needs to match camiseta. Roja. Because it's singular and feminine, singular and feminine. Now sometimes people say, quiero vender mi roja camiseta, my red jacket. In Spanish we can't do that. We have to have our adjective after our verb. What about this one? Los jeans cuesta $10. Here's our O to UE stem changer verb, right? Costar. We change the O to a UE, but we have to match it with the subject of the sentence. What's the subject of this sentence? Our subject is los jeans. If we replace los jeans with an adjective, it would be ellos, right? They. So ellos cuestan, we have to make it match our subject. Cuestan $10. What about this sentence? Mi blusa y mi pantalones cortos es cuesta $15. There's many things wrong with this as well. First, my article adjective, well actually this is a possessive adjective. My, it has to match my noun. So mi blusa, my blouse, and my pants. Here we have to say mis pantalones. Mis pantalones cortos es cuesta $15. I've heard this many times, es cuesta. First, you wouldn't say it is, it cost, so we can get rid of this. Also, we're talking about plural things, my blouse and my pants. So I'm going to say they cost. So I have to use the plural conjugation of costar, right? Again, that's going to be cuesto, cuestas, cuesta, costamos, costáis, that should have an accent, and cuestan. So this is the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. They cost, in third person. Cuestan $15. What about this one? Tengo unos zapatos negros. Los es $20. I've seen people try to do that a lot. They're trying to use a direct object pronoun as a subject, but you can't do it as a subject. Notice how the sentence is saying they are $20. They is going to be the subject of your sentence, but here you're using a direct object pronoun. It just does not work. You cannot do that. So you have to say ellos, because that's a subject pronoun. Then you have to match your verb to it. Ellos son $20. And a better way to say that would actually be ellos cuestan $20. Two more, chicos. Tengo que vendo mucha ropa hoy. See this all the time. You conjugate both your verbs when? After tener que. What do you have to have? An infinitive, right? Tengo que vender mucha ropa hoy. Finally, yo llevo los calcetines gris. Two problems. You can see I'm underlined. Matching my verb with my subject. Yo llevo, I wear. Los calcetines gris. What am I describing here? I know I'm saying gray socks, but calcetines is plural, so therefore I have to make my socks grises. Okay? Muy bien. Last thing I want to do with us, my in-person students are doing a pear deck. Us, we're just going to talk through it. Voy a un restaurante, una refeición. Remember, if I say voy a, it means I'm going to, and I can either say a place or I can have an infinitive verb, right? If I say voy a comer unas papas fritas, I am going to eat some French fries. Voy a escribir mi tarea, I'm going to write my homework. But voy a in a location, voy a un restaurante, voy a la biblioteca, that is just I'm going to that place. So first let's talk through the conjugations of poder, and then we're going to write one sentence using a conjugation. So what are the conjugations of poder? Go ahead and try to say them at home. Puedo, puedes, that's two puedes. So yo puedo, tú puedes, él, ella, usted puede, nosotros podemos, vosotros podéis, y ellos, ellas, ustedes pueden. So I'm still changing in everything but my nosotros and vosotros forms. A sentence I could write using this is, Maestra, puedo ir al baño, right? Can I go to the restroom? My students ask me that all the time in class. What about, puedo correr mucho porque soy atlética. Puedo correr mucho porque soy atlética. ¿Sí? Conjugate encontrar, then write one sentence using a conjugation of encontrar. Try it at home. Encuentro, remember we're changing this O to a U, E. Encuentro Tú encuentras. Él, ella, usted encuentra. Nosotros encontramos. Vosotros encontráis. Ellos, ellas, ustedes encuentran. Muy bien. One sentence could be, yo encuentro a mis amigos en el parque. Usually you're going to say encuentro a, like I find, and then the a. We'll learn more about that later. Encuentro a mis amigos en el parque. Let me move this camera down. How would you say I walked to the restaurant versus I'm going to walk to the restaurant? I walk to the restaurant versus I'm going to walk to the restaurant. Now, the verb to walk is andar, A-N-D-A-R. We've also learned pasear, that's to go for a walk. Here, let's just use andar. I walk would just be yo ando al restaurante. But I'm going to walk, remember that's the conjugation of ir, the a, and the infinitive. So, voy a andar al restaurante. Now that's my, if you remember our contraction, A and L contracts to al. Ando al restaurante, or voy a andar al restaurante. What about this one? They eat vegetables versus they are going to eat vegetables. So our verb for to eat is what? Comer. So how am I going to say the first one? Ellos comen verduras. They're going to eat vegetables would be what? Conjugate ir in the ellos form. Van a comer verduras. Ellos comen verduras, van a comer verduras. See the difference? What about this? Is this grammatically correct? Mis zapatos son nuevos y blancos. Los son muy buenos. Looks pretty good. I'm matching my adjectives to my noun. My verb matches my subject. However, what am I trying to say in this sentence? They are very good. So what's my subject of the sentence? They are very good. They. Here I'm using a direct object pronoun, which I can't use where I need to use a subject pronoun. So I would have to change it to ellos. Ellos son muy buenos. What about this one? Is this one grammatically correct? Mi amigo necesita un coche nuevo. Lo necesita mañana porque él va a trabajar en Indianapolis. So let's break this down piece by piece. Mi amigo necesita un coche nuevo. My verb matches my subject. My adjective matches the noun it's describing. Lo necesita. So necesita is my verb, and it means he, she, or it needs. So I'm talking about mi amigo, so that seems to match up. He needs it. Lo's replacing un coche, which is singular and masculine, so that works. He needs it tomorrow, porque él va a trabajar. He is going to work in Indianapolis. So sí, es correcto. Two more, chicos, two more, and then we'll be done. I'm going to eat fish today, but I do not prefer it. How would we say this in Spanish? Think through it for a second. I'm going to eat fish today. Well, we're saying something we're going to do in the near future, so we have to use a conjugation of ir. So what's the yo conjugation of ir? Voy. So voy a comer. What's fish? Have you been practicing your Quizlet? Pescado. Voy a comer pescado hoy. Hoy es today. Voy a comer pescado hoy. Pero no lo prefiero. No lo prefiero. Right? So I'm replacing el pescado with lo to mean it. And I'm saying prefiero because I is my subject and prefer is my verb, so I have to conjugate preferir in the yo form. Prefiero. Voy a comer pescado hoy, pero no lo prefiero. Alright, last one. This is a bit of a challenge. Let's see if you're up for it. Translate. I'm going to find my friends today, but they do not want to find me. Ignore the last part. It doesn't apply to you guys. I'm going to find my friends today, but they do not want to find me. How would I say this in Spanish? Well, first, since it's something I'm going to do in the near future, I have to conjugate ir, right? So what's I am going? Again, the yo conjugation would be voy. Voy a, and what's to find? I think of the verb, in English, encounter. In Spanish, our verb is encontrar. Encontrar. So voy a encontrar a mis amigos hoy, pero voy a encontrar a mis amigos hoy, pero they do not want to find me. So the subject of my sentence is they. My verb is want, so they want is what? Quieren. Quieren. And they do not want, so I have to put the no in front of my conjugated verb. No quieren. And what do they not want to do? To find. Here's our infinitive, to find. No quieren encontrar. Who or what do they not want to find? Me. So that's my direct object. So I could either say, pero no me quieren encontrar, or pero no quieren encontrarme. Voy a encontrar a mis amigos hoy, pero ellos no quieren encontrarme, or pero ellos no me quieren encontrar. Alright, chicos, I think that's been a good amount of review today. Go ahead and, if you have not done so yet, turn in the video quiz. And have a great weekend, chicos. Adios.